Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day. My name is Zufar Akrayuki. I come from SMPN 4 Tangerang Selatan, and thank you to the honorable judges and committee for the chance for me to participate. Anyway, I think we all know about Indonesia 2045. It was talked about in the G20 Summit Conference. It was also announced in 2019 by your president. Well, I know what you're thinking right now. What are you talking about? Well, Indonesia has held for 7.5 decades or 75 years. So in 2019, our president, Joko Widodo, proposed a decree that, according to his data miners and counselors, 2045 will be quote unquote Indonesia's golden age, as Indonesia would be 100 years old at that time. Populations will be increased, workforce and manpower will be also increased. Quality of life will become easily accessible. I know it sounds fictional and all, but if we look at the facts, that Indonesia's population is steadily increasing. It's also predicted that in 2045, Indonesia, if done right of course, will also become the world's fourth largest economy. Sounds really nice and all, but remember, they are just predictions of the oncoming future. Predictions are not always true. They're called predictions and all of that. So, how do we, as students and young souls, contribute to this grand project? Indonesia is known for its astonishing destinations, rich in spices and food choices, within a melting pot of cultures, and the president wants to put them into good use. According to the president's council, they've estimated that there will be a demographic boost on the rise. Demographic boosts that will increase gradually within the next decade. Let's put those numbers aside and take a look at the elephant in the room. Indonesia scored a 96 out of 180 in the Corruption Perception Index. Indonesia also has a 23% gender wage gap according to UN, higher than global standards. Indonesia also ranks at 55th on a global education scale in 2022. Rupiah's depreciation rate is at 12.5% if compared to the US dollar. Artificially high food prices keeping 28 million people mired in poverty. Civil unrest at the fringes of the Indonesian border like West Papua, who wants to secede from the NKRI. Very low fiscal revenues that can barely support the nation, the 1% having minuscule tax amounts, and our dependability on China's export demands, and a lot more problems that would take me at least 15 to 20 minutes just assessing it. So, as aspiring students, how do we maximize the potential for this turning for the best? The first is to amp up education. If we increase education by redirecting funding into more crucial programs, such as healthcare, education, jobs, etc., the quality of people that will make this dream come true, aka students, future teachers, future leaders, can increase and ensuring that Indonesia will truly gain its glory. Second solution is to decrease the wage gap between the rich and poor, men and women, also foreigners and locals. The plan here is to also equalize taxes between the low and the higher ranks, so no people can feel discriminated because it was calculated and determined by work, income, and day-to-day usage from person to person. The third is to kill corruption and upgrade the quality of our exports, such as we could have got more money if we turned the raw oil into a high quality plastic, or training our untrained workforce on something more valuable like skilled engineers, teachers, businessmen, and other skilled workforce. The fourth solution is to break ourselves free from export import dependability, becoming a self sustaining nation by focusing on quality products and selling them back to the people, becoming a closed loop. Then we could become an appealing importer or exporter for other nations while also applying strict import duties. You can also buy machines to harvest and produce excellent quality materials rather than hiring a foreign company to do it and requiring to give a large fraction of sales to them. So now we know on how to make Indonesia great again. But keep in mind, this change is gradual, not instant. It'll also take a lot of presidents that are competent enough to continue the program left by the former president. It will be hard. Nobody said this would be easy, and nobody said this would be straight to the goal. But with enough competence and resolve, I believe that this nation will prosper on the oncoming future. Thank you to everyone who enjoyed my speech. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.